Ah, Jesus Christ, like the 50th time I've died. That's it. Nope, no more, no more. Rage quit.
Tuna noobs!
And hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back to the battlefield for Wargame European Escalation. Some more multiplayer footage here with Raptor and Lennon as we continue the battle over Blitz. Yes, that's right. The map that was part of the DLC, and there's also some new DLC coming out in late July of 2012. So we'll be giving that I guess a review and a playthrough of all those maps when those come out, and the new game mode. But for now, let's talk tactics and watch this replay, shall we? It should be rather exciting as we already see a little bit of hiding going on of the units. The match has not yet begun. This is just the preemptive time where you get to set up your units here. We're versus Team, or as Russians would say, Team, and a guy named Sealpup Elite. So looks like we have a couple of T62 1972s setting up here on the right. Looks like we have a total of 9 of those so far. And it also looks like BTRs are being put down along with a UAZ, 3 of them. 2 starting and 1 sit here in the woods from Sealpup Elite. Let's see here, 2 FOBs starting close together. The forward operating base where units can resupply, be refitted and rearmed. It also looks like, hey, there we are, UAZs being put down. I was going to say recon probably would come next, and there it is. This is basically a BTR recon vehicle. Can travel 65 kilometers an hour. Very nice. Very fast recon. And let's fly right back to our team and see what's going on over here. Looks like Cobras are being put down by moi, and it looks like Lennon is going to be taking the ground, as similar to another replay which you may or may not have seen. And if you hadn't seen it, please make sure you subscribe to these videos so you can definitely catch the latest replays for Wargame European Escalation. And if you like these replays and these tips and tricks, then please don't forget to like the video and also comment below if you have any other ideas, or if you'd like to give some constructive criticism instead of dude you suck, hear my vid, and then downvote or something, which is lowbrow but not encouraged. We're all adults here, right? Even though it's the internets. So it looks like we have Mi-28s over here on the left, which are some really advanced Soviet gunships with autocannons, rocket pods, and ATGMs. And it looks like there's also a total of 16 ATGMs on those, so you definitely don't want to get close to those. That's 16 between the two. And it looks like the match is now starting, and it looks like both teams have already captured the command zones here. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of infantry going towards the right. It looks like some two groups of 2 ATGMs and 2 groups of 2 anti-aircraft. So let's pull back to our side and see what's going on here. Looks like Lennon's already going for Charlie again. No efforts to go left or right yet, but those will definitely be pinnacle of the basically the success of the match if you don't capture your flanks. Looks like there's already a rush to troops going to Alpha. A lot of those, I believe those are, yes, the BTRs are already zooming up along with the UAZ and a recon, so they're dedicated going right. And it looks like those Havocs are going left. Looks like there's also an Mi-2 here, the Genoese, or I have no idea how to say that. Man, that I always see that helicopter, don't ever know the name of it. So for now, we're going to go ahead and call it the Genie. That's right, the Soviets seem to get the love for all of their nicknames, so that's the Genie. And it looks like our recon is already detecting the massive troop movements to Alpha, so we're going to pull back a little bit just in case they have some type of anti-aircraft system ready to go. Havoc's now clearing out, looking for any command vehicles that may have gone to the left flank. And let's see here. Cobra's now retreating just a little bit from that right flank. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of action here on the right first, so that's where we'll give our attention to. Cobra's locking on here and opening fire already with their missiles. BTRs taking some fire. A lot of them being stunned. Let's zoom out just a little bit so we can see if any units disappear here. We've got 3, 4. Wow, look at all those units moving forward. A couple of them are stunned. It is amazing to see that blob just move against all. Oh, looks like the Strelas are out. So as the blob moves over the ridge to attack our Cobras, and it looks like those Havocs are starting to do a little bit of damage down here. They've found our spawn point, and those Patents are going to be taken out by those Havocs. Forgive me for the loud rocket noise. When you do adjust the sound settings for this game, it's basically either you know, off or over 9,000, so it's a little difficult to balance. I know, don't hate. There's other ways to do that, but I just... come at me, bro, basically, is what I have to say to that. As a M577 CPC command armor moves over to Echo to give that an opportunity to be our second reinforcement point. Good move by Lennon to, instead of us being cut off and have our command units destroyed, now giving us a second chance to fight the enemy as they do a pincer move against us. But now to pay them back for what they did against us, it is now time for them to lose their starting point and their 2 command vehicles. That's exactly what's going to be done to them. So Cobras are moving in, the UAZs will be destroyed, and watch as that area falls. Now look at this pincer move against the units here at Echo. There's a lot of infantry there, a few tanks. It is not a good situation for these troops, and the final Patent tank has been destroyed there. Looking back, it looks like Delta's been captured, and basically, you know, who needs effing keys? We're just going to kick down the door and take over these forward operating bases here. The AH-1F Cobras will land and take control of those FOBs, and we'll use those to resupply, refit, rearm, and refuel. Nothing being brought out at Foxtrot. In fact, I'm very surprised that he didn't use our own tactic against us. It looks like this UAZ was brought in to perhaps capture Echo to prevent us from having any type of flanking maneuver against them, but too little too late, it seems, as this advance just seems to have stopped. Tim is not even attempting to retreat with this vehicle, not defended, nothing. But let's get over to the action. Patton here. Oh, yes, Patton was destroyed. Jupiter's being stuck in the mud, and the Hermit, or I just call it the Hermit. These are multiple supply units that are now pulling out. Havoc now doing damage against Roland, which was destroyed there. Havoc wreaking havoc against units that were trying to flee against that initial onslaught. As we look up back to the north, it looks like our Cobras are back in action and ready to take some names. Looks like also the rest of the troops are starting to finally cross the bridge. All the infantry is on foot, so no transports there. It looks like a lot of those transports may have been destroyed in the initial attack. A couple of BTRs moving, command armor being pulled out of Echo, and it is not a good situation for me and my dude bro. Something opening fire here. Havoc opening fire on the Jupiter supply trucks and the Hemet that are now moving along the road. Points, NATO at 963 points, and we actually just pulled ahead with 967. An absolute miracle with us facing these kinds of odds that we're holding on with tooth and nail. T-62 is now getting ready to open fire at that the Valorize that was brought out by me to try to counter or at least plug that hole. Keep in mind, we're not able to see the entire map. We only have a certain amount of line of sight that's brought to us by recon, so we're not able to see all of this action going on here. Not really underestimating that force, and Havoc's now coming in to finish off that Jupiter. Back over here, command armor destroyed. Tim surrendered, and that seems to have been the end of the match. Total victory for us, destroying enough command units and getting enough points. A real strange switcheroo where both of our command points were destroyed and a lot of their command vehicles were destroyed. That's 200 a pop. Probably destroying at least 3 or 4 of those brought us all the way up to well over 2,000. Well, not well over, but just over 2,000 points. Total victory for us and defeat for Tim and Seal Pup Elite. So Seal Pup being 64 and Tim being 23. Very good round, and you'll see as I go on, I believe at this point in time am a level 30 something, so you'll see basically I've saved every one of these replays, so you'll see things as they go along. Kills 13, 22, and command points only 30. Early destruction of all those command vehicles really brought this to a quick end. So I'd like to thank you guys again for watching, and if you enjoy Wargame European Escalation, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to these videos and the channel. And I'd also like to remind you, friends and fans, to keep your password and your pimp hand strong.